Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about what you should do this summer before you apply to college, because I've noticed that there's a lot of confusion over what's the best thing to do, so I want to just give you guys an idea of what you should be doing before you apply. The first thing you should do is begin to get a better understanding of the college application process. So honestly, college applications are really confusing and there's a lot of different elements you could possibly have to submit to a college. So you should definitely spend some time during the summer getting familiar with this process. There's a lot of free resources online like College Essay Guide, as I talked about in the last video, that could be of use to you guys that don't know much about the process and are trying to learn more about it before you apply. Hi guys, it's Editing Christian here, and before we continue with the rest of the video, I want to ask you guys to please subscribe to my channel. Currently, we're at 1,425 subscribers, which is amazing. However, only 4.6% of you guys are actually subscribed, which is really saddening to me, because if all of you guys subscribed, we would get to 30,978 subscribers, which would be amazing. So please subscribe to my channel. Currently, I've made $96 off of YouTube and I need to get to 100 before I'll be able to be paid out. So I'm trying to use this channel as income, you know. So if you subscribed, you can kind of help me out there. Kind of similar to learning about the college application process is learning about the college admissions process. So there's also a lot of resources online where you can learn about admissions, but I think it's something that a lot of people overlook. And learning about how colleges actually admit you can provide a lot of useful insight that you can use when writing your applications and formatting them. I will say, however, this is something that definitely differs a lot by college, so you'd have to look at resources for that specific college to really know the best idea of how they admit students. However, there are some standards that are pretty common among a lot of colleges in the United States. After learning about the application process and admissions, one of the best things to be doing is creating a college list. So your college list doesn't have to be final. It can change depending on what schools you get admitted to early or what schools you don't get admitted to. But it's good to have a pretty rough list of where you're going to apply so that you can begin working on those applications. There are many things to consider when building a college list aside from the prestige of a school, and these can be its location, how much money it'll cost for you to attend, and also the culture of the school. There's a lot of factors, so you should consider what type of school you'd like to go to and add schools to your list that fit these factors. Ideally, you'd want to have schools across a wide variety of acceptance rates that you would all be happy to attend. Something else to consider is how much work you're willing to do in the college application process and how much money you're willing to spend on it. When you're determining which schools to add in your college list, you're probably going to need to do a lot of research on the schools you're applying to, and some great places to do this are on the school's actual website. Some other ways you can research a school are by looking at the course catalog to see what types of classes it offers, and looking at the different clubs that are available at that school. You can also look at college websites like Niche and US News to get more information on each school. While you're building your college list, another great thing to do this summer before you apply to college, if you have the resources to, is to actually visit the colleges that you're planning on applying to. When you actually visit the campus, you get a much better sense of what it's like than just looking at information online, so you can actually determine if it's a good fit for you much more accurately. The next thing you should do during the summer before you apply to college is to study for standardized tests. Ideally, you should have finished taking your standardized tests by the end of junior year, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and that's okay. If this is you, use this summer as a time to study for your standardized tests and make sure that you're getting the scores that you want to. A lot of schools are moving away from test optional and back to test required, so it's imperative that you have good standardized test scores to get admitted to these schools. You should aim to be between the 25th and 75th percentile score for a school you're applying to. The next thing you should be doing is actually starting your essays. The college application process is so taxing, and you're probably going to have to write so many essays if you're going to apply to a lot of schools. So summer is the time to start, and actually, ideally, you should start even before the summer, before your senior year. I think the best way to get started with essays is to start with your personal statement, because that's going to be the most important essay on your application, and you're going to be able to use it for all your schools. Personal statements take a long time to refine, and you might go through multiple ideas before getting to the right one. After you're satisfied with your personal statement, you can start on your supplemental essays for the colleges you're applying to. Before you start writing your supplemental essays though, I would recommend that you consolidate essays and combine prompts so that you're not writing as many essays as you would if you were doing them all individually. A lot of schools tend to ask similar questions, so it's very easy to do this. Closer to the time that you're actually going to submit these applications, you can refine these essays to be more specific to that school. The last thing that you should be doing the summer before college is summer programs and extracurriculars. Summer before applying to college is an excellent time to do programs that add to your application. Aim for programs that are free instead of ones that cost money because colleges can see through programs that are paid to win. If you are in the summer before college, you can still add some extracurriculars to your application. I actually started an internship the fall before applying to college, so that's an idea of something that you can do. Just make sure it's related to the extracurriculars that you had before. Another good thing to be doing the summer before you apply to college is to determine how you want to frame yourself as an applicant. So these days, honestly, with college admissions, you kind of need to brand yourself as an applicant, and one good way of doing this is to kind of quickly write down everything that you want a college admissions officer to know about you. Given all this information, you can craft a compelling and cohesive story that's more likely to make an admissions officer want to admit you to their college. Another good thing to do this summer before you apply to college is to apply to flying programs. I talked about these in my last video, which you should totally watch, but flying programs are basically programs that allow you to visit the campus of a college before you actually apply. These programs are pretty selective, but it's a good idea to apply anyway because it'll give you some experience with what it's like to actually apply to that college before actually applying, and also you're likely to get a fee waiver regardless of whether you get in the flying or not. Something very important to do this summer before you apply to college is to also develop good stress management skills. Applying to college is super stressful, and it can be even worse if you're taking difficult classes, so it's really helpful to develop skills and habits that nurture your mental health. This can include activities like meditation, journaling, and exercise, but it can also include any hobbies or activities that you want to do just for fun to decompress whenever you're not working on your college applications. That's it for all my tips today. However, I wanted to do a bit of yapping before I end the video. First, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. It really means a lot to me because I've been trying to do YouTube for a while. If you got to this point in the video, comment, "Wow, I can't believe you did that," or something along the lines of that. Other than that, I want to continue making videos about applying to college because honestly, they make way more money than any other type of video on my channel. If there's any particular topic you want me to address, please let me know in the comments below because honestly, I'm running out of ideas. One thing I'm actually thinking about doing is possibly interviewing students that got admitted into particular schools, so let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. I don't know if you guys know, but I also have social media like TikTok and Instagram, so it'd be great if you guys follow me on those platforms. For the rest of the summer, I'm probably going to continue posting bi-weekly, and definitely stay tuned for those Yale vlogs in the fall. Well, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Bye!